In last 2 days, Sayadaw explained Anicca and Dukkhanupassana. Anicca and Dukkhalakkhana. From the both Anicca and Dukkhanupassana, from the both theoretical and practical aspects. And in that discourse, Sayadaw mentioned the real Anicca. And Sayadaw explained what is the real actual Anicca. And if we see or if we understand the real Anicca, then the rest of characteristic also can be understood. But there is something different from the Anicca. So Sayadaw will continue to explain the two rest of the characteristics of life, the Dukkha and Anatta, from the both theoretical and practical aspects. In the Buddhist scripture, it is said that Dukkha Viridabham, the suffering must be understood, and Dukkhalakkhana Viridabha, the state of suffering. Dukkhalakkhana Viridabha. Dukkhalakkhana Viridabha, the state of suffering must be appreciated, and Dukkhanupassana Viridabha, the observation of dukkha or suffering must be comprehended. So now Sayadaw want to elaborate what is dukkha, and what is Dukkhalakkhana, and what is Dukkhanupassana.
The Deva Khana Pajaka Dukkha Jatava to Khana.
The Deva Khana Panchakan Dukkha. So that very
the Deva Khanda Panchakan.
The Deva Khanda Panchakan Dukkha. That very mind and body is called Dukkha, suffering. So according to this teaching, the 5 aggregates of mind and body are called dukkha. So the anicca also called anicca is also this very 5 aggregates of mind and body. So what is called anicca is called dukkha as well. So why these mind and body are called dukkha? So the answer is yadanicca tan dukkha. So what are impermanent are called suffering dukkha. Because the mind and body are impermanent, so they are called dukkha, suffering or unsatisfactoriness. So that very mind and body, or the very aggregate, 5 aggregate, is called dukkha, because they are subject to impermanence. So it is just like a person who has 3 names. One person, a single person, 3 names. So in the same way, that very mind and body complex is called anicca, impermanence, and dukkha as well. So why these mental and physical phenomena are called dukkha, suffering? Because they are tortured continuously or constantly tortured by the changes or by the state of impermanence. So they are subject to impermanence. That's why they are called Dukkha, suffering. In Pali, Abhina Atipilana, constant torturing. So the nature of the mind and the body is they torture us. The torturing or torture is their nature or the nature of mind and body. So the mind and the body, or in other words, mind and body are subject to the impermanence. So they are said to be tortured continuously by impermanence or changes. So all the time there are mental and physical changes, appearance and disappearance. They are all the time torturing us. We are doing things or seeing, smelling, tasting, or we bending our hand, stretching, or lying down, or standing and sitting down. All the time we are doing activities, and mental and physical phenomena also changes accordingly all the time. So only even the time we fall, we have sound sleep, there's a mind and a body continuously changing all the time. So from the time we wake up, the whole day without stop, we are doing things, good or bad, or like or dislike, whatever it may be. The mind and the body or mental and physical phenomena all the time subject to the impermanence. So repeatedly changing. These repeated changes make us feel fettered within, or it's a repeated series of the mind and the body changes is really monotonous to us, or it's really fettered with us. So in this way the mind and the body all the time torturing us. So we want to be young forever, but we are subject to old age. So in due course of time we get old, and then we want to be healthy all the time, but we often get sick or ill. We want to live forever, but we have to die in time. So these unsatisfactoriness are torturing us all the time. Before we die, we are tortured the prospect of death. So the young, healthy, and living, they are all subject to impermanence. So they are tortured by the impermanence. It's just like watching a movie. While we are watching a very attractive or very good episode, there are maybe electric current cut off. Then we feel very upset. So in the same way, our mind and body all the time subject to impermanence or changes. So we feel tortured by the changes or impermanence. So this torturing or suffering is very obvious to us. And there are many types of unpleasant sensation, discomfort, pain. We have to encounter inevitably throughout our life. The sensation may be good or bad. They also subject to impermanence. So they are also tortured by impermanence. So there is expression, being tortured by impermanence or changes. It is suffering. It is according to the Buddha's teaching, Yata-Nisan, Tan Dukkha. So what is impermanence is suffering. It is because mind and body are tortured, continuous impermanence. So now shall continue explaining Dukkhalakkhana. Dukkhalakkhana abhina patipilana karo Dukkhalakkhana. So continuously torturing is the state of suffering. It is a characteristic of mind and body, or it is suffering. So this mind and body are all the time tortured by the changes, or by the state of appearance and disappearance. So this mind and body is called anicca. The state of impermanence, or the state of unsatisfactoriness, or discomfort, or distress is called anicca lakkhana. The state of Dukkhalakkhana, the state of suffering or state of distress. It is quite obvious that the discomfort or pain is all the time torturing us. So, but actually there is no person who suffer the pain. Just pain is a type of phenomena. It has nothing to do with the person. Pain is just pain. It's a mental phenomena. There's no person or no individual. So if we observe pain, we are able to see we are able to see them, the appearing and the disappearing. So we are able to realize our unsatisfactoriness of the mind and the body, and then their state of torture. Then we may feel fettered with the mind and the body, which are all subject to the impermanence. But when our insight knowledge mature, although we are fettered with seeing mind and the body, we keep on noting the mind and the body, or mental and physical phenomena. But we start to see unsatisfactoriness of mind and body. This seeing or this realization is called Dukkhanupassana. Dukkhanupassana, the insight into unsatisfactoriness or insight into suffering or distress. So this realization is obtained through our own experience, not through hearsay, not from teacher, or not from reading. This realization is based on one's own experience. When we observe mind and body, the moment they take place, we are able to see them appear and disappear right away. So we ourselves understand mind and body are all the time subject to impermanence. So mind and body are tortured by the impermanence and the changes. Then we realize the dukkha, the suffering. This is the insight into suffering, insight into dukkha. So there is expression. While noting mind and body, the moment they take place, we see disappearance. This seeing is called Dukkhanupassana, or insight into suffering. For example, we note rising, falling of the abdomen. We see rising, falling are subject to impermanence or changes. We note heat, or hardness, softness, or warmness, tension, tightness, seeing, hearing, smelling, and so on. These all mental and physical phenomena are subject to impermanence. They are always tortured by impermanence or changes. So by seeing impermanence, we find mind and body unsatisfactory. So this finding or seeing is called Dukkhanupassana, insight into suffering. So why we cannot see the unsatisfactoriness of mind and body? It is because of the changes of our physical posture, idiyapata. So this unsatisfactoriness is covered by the changes of position, or by the changes of the postures. So when we sit for long, the other pain are obvious to us. How we change our posture, then pains go away. So the pain is covered up with the changes of posture. So there are many changes of the posture, or the posture is posture is of four kinds mainly. This is walking, standing, sitting, lying. These are main posture. We are all the time changing from one to another, so that we overcome the pain and discomfort. In this way, pain and discomfort, or dukkha, unsatisfactoriness, is covered up with the changes of posture. There are many more small minor postures, just like such as bending our hand, stretching our hand, or opening our eye, closing our eye, and so on. There are so many changes or arrangement of our physical posture. So these, by arranging our physical postures or position, we get rid of pain and discomfort. So the pain is true nature, not clear to us. Pain or discomfort or unsatisfactoriness, dukkha, is covered up with the changes of the physical postures all the time. There is an expression: if we sit for long, then we can die. If we sit